Hi, I'm Alan McNish. We're here for the Sebring 12 Hours, the first round of the World Endurance Championship. Let's do a couple of laps, see this historic circuit. So here we are at Sebring, first round of the World Endurance Championship. Look at this pit lane, look at all these names up on the right hand side, all the winners. This is the 60th anniversary this year, and the fantastic marks that have been so successful on this track. And the funny thing is, the circuit hasn't really changed that much since it started. I remember watching a video from the 1973 season, and the bridge just out of the last corner was exactly the same. The start and finish, the view we're going to see now was exactly the same as it was back then. And that's what gives it that little bit of extra character. We should do a couple of laps just to see the uniqueness of this track. So you come out of the pit lane, it's very tricky immediately because you're on concrete. You turn into this first corner and it's so slippery, but it's so wide you can see over there. The cars are right over next to that wall, and so you're trying just to make sure that you slide round here and blend into the traffic, and immediately, boom, you feel it. That's the first bump. There's a lot of those to come up. And then you come down through the little kink into turn 3. Got to be careful because you can lock the right front into that one. And then as soon as you turn into this tight corner in second gear, the front washes away. You can't get the front of the car in, but you have to get back onto the throttle, up to third gear, and then let it roll through this long left-hander. Now I find this a really difficult corner because from the start of the race to the end of the race, it changes so much. When the cars are driving around, the grip builds up, and then the line changes by 1 or 2 meters. It's an incredible situation. And then we come round the long right-hander. I've just had to put the sun visor down. It's 6:30 at night. This is what we're going to be seeing coming down in there. Put the camera forward. You see coming down into turn 7. Now we're up into 6th gear. Hard on the brakes at this point. You're squinting just to try to see into it. Down into first gear, and again, bang, there's another bump. The front locks up. You've got to get so close to that curb as you accelerate out. Slowest point of the circuit here. First gear, trying to get all the power down. We've got about 510 horsepower now with our diesel with the restrictions, but it's still a struggle to get that sort of power onto the ground, and you need to accelerate fast because these 2 kinks we're going through now, they're easy flat. They're easy flat in the day, they're easy flat in the night, they're easy flat in the wet, but you've got to get hard on the brakes here. Turn 10. Turn 10 club over there, look to the right. They're fantastic, those guys. Those guys build their own grandstands, they have their own party. And why exactly here? Because it's one of the biggest braking areas, it's one of the best overtaking areas on the circuit. Now these fans are building barbecues all night. When we get to the end of the race, you can smell it. You can smell all the fun and entertainment they're having. But we're still working hard. Because we come up to turn 13, a blind entry down into third gear. You get on the concrete and the front of the car washes away. You say, no, I need you to come back. And then you're on the throttle. Third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, through double kink lefts. Now, these are quick. And the cars come together because you're overtaking with 64 cars and you're just squeezing past, trying to get 2 people through that point together. Very tricky, threading the eye of the needle. Now, turn 15 and 16. Down to third gear, hard on the brakes. The car goes very light. You try to get up over the curbs. Try not to make the tyres work too much through here because they've got a lot of work still to do. So you're changing right, left, and then back into this right, onto the straight. Now this is very important because this leads on to one of the best overtaking and safest overtaking opportunities down the big back straight. Again, it's one of these ones that later on in the race, 6:30, 7 o'clock, the sun comes down and it's right in your eyes. You may have a dark visor on, but you really need a light one because then you're going into the night time as well. So it's one of those contrasts. Now at the end of the lap, turn 17. So this is a big corner. You brake, an apex right on the wall. It's hard on down the gears and the car's slipping and sliding. You're trying to get in there and then you hit this, boom, the first bump. Then the second one, you can't see the second one, under the bridge. And then now the third bump, a long right-hander before you slide out and then you try to pass as close to the wall as you can to start another lap. Now here we'll see turn 1. This is what it looks like at the start of the race.